got film of it that you can go over and point those things out to.
Right.
So, all right, you're going to move on to the round of 16, and I know what the answer is. Bring them on, we'll play them. But do you have any preference of which team you might want to play come in the next game?
I mean, I do have a preference of who I would rather play.
I don't think she's going to tell everybody.
That's fine.
But I'm not going to say. So I'll let everybody, place their own bets on who
there you go.
I think I'd rather play. But
I know who I would rather play too.
But I think that, they're both really fundamentally strong teams, both really composed, well-coached teams. Yes. Whoever we see on Thursday is going to be a battle. And I told the kids that, they got to get, even though they're on this high right now because we just won this big game, they have to find a way to kind of calm down, bring themselves down, get a good night's sleep tonight, get a good night's sleep tomorrow. Because, 2 days before the game, we have to start, and today is 2 days before that game. So we need to be ready to go.
The question, was there any element, the first half was very much up and down, a pace that probably favored MacArthur in many ways, but your girls did a very good job of attacking and then finishing when they ran their break. But was there an element of fatigue in the second half? Because ordinarily we don't play at this pace.
Well, and that's something we kind of talked about in the locker room. We were kind of really in a groove there in the second quarter, and when you're in a groove like that, you don't want halftime. Like, you just want to roll right into that third quarter. When you're on the other end of that halftime is like, okay, we can regroup, we can come out, and we can battle back. And I told the kids they were going to come out for them, and they did, and we did look a little bit tired, but we got back in the groove. It just took a little bit of time, and we were able to keep enough of a lead that we didn't feel that pressure coming on. And the kids, like I said, these kids stay composed, and that is a big difference in some teams, is when you can't stay composed when a team hits 4 shots in a row and we haven't hit any, then they're going to hit more. And we were able to battle that because our mental status.
I thought you did a very good job in the start of the third quarter in the fact that your defense held them at bay even though you weren't able to score. So really your defense kind of shut them down to start the third quarter. They didn't get on a big run. It was even the start of the third quarter, and then you got some buckets, took the lead out to 17, which was a good third quarter for you. But I told Coach, tell the girls I'm upset because here's my mentality. We lost the second half 30-29.
Yeah. And that was our free throws?
Yes, and I wanted to win. I wanted to win this. I told you I wanted to win the second half.
I know.
But a win's a win.
The win's a win. I know, and people are going to say I'm nuts, but that's the mentality I grew up with is, okay, I got them down, and now I just want to put them away.
Absolutely, and I agree. And, I told the girls that I would love to have a running clock. It wasn't in the cards tonight. No. That's okay.
And give credit to MacArthur.
They
were some shooters. Job. They made some moves. They ran an offense that kind of broke down our defense at times.
They did
and give credit to them. But our girls played a fantastic game.
Well, here's what I said too. I noticed when they started talking to the student section, I turned to him and I said, "That's what we want to happen."
Yeah.
We were in their head.
Pull them out.
Yeah. And so when they pulled out to that beginning lead and then started initiating some contact with the student section, I'm like, that's exactly where we want, because our girls weren't anywhere razzed or...
Right.
Yeah, you owe the student section some pizzas. Donnie will pay for them. But you owe the student section some pizzas.
Uncle James is right here.
Well, there you go. Uncle James can buy the kids pizzas, but I'll tell you what, that student section tonight made a difference. They got in the MacArthur girls' heads.
Absolutely. We have the greatest student section. We've got great kids. They came out, and they've supported our kids at a lot of home games.
Yes.
And I would say that this might be one of the first years where it hasn't just been the big games they've been here for. And sometimes it's a smaller crowd, sometimes it's a bigger crowd, but those kids, those students, they've been here for us, and we owe them some credit for sure.
I always get angry when interviewers ask this of coaches or players, how do you feel? But I'm going to ask that because of this reason. The 2019-20 season for the boys anyway, did the girls get to finish the state tournament?
We did. We got shut down like the 13th, and the state tournament's always like the second and third. Yeah. So the girls played.
But the boys did not. So the boys didn't get the postseason. Nobody got the postseason in. So how sweet is this to get your postseason and be marching along in the postseason and get your first round sectional game as a win? It's
pretty sweet. It's even sweeter because we're so young. A lot of my kids have never played in a sectional game. Have never won a regional. Some of them, my seniors, they played in a regional championship before. So it's really sweet that not only are we doing it like the kind of the first year back when things are getting back to normal, we're starting to feel really good about things, but that we did it and we're so young, and they weren't shaken. They were just ready to go. You know, I heard one of them at practice the other day. They said, "I'm just ready to play." You know, Sunday they were like, "Can we play our game?" Like, you know, they didn't want those last 2 days of practice. They wanted to be out on the floor, and like I tell them, you know, it's just another game. It's another day that we get to do what we love, and that's just how we have to continue to approach this. Like, yes, these are big games, but you can't put that kind of pressure on these teenage girls. They're kids. You know, we go out, we do the very best we can, we play the game we love, and as long as we do our best, that's all any coach can ever ask for.
So I know you've got film on Muhammad Seymour. Do you stay and scout this game with Donnie?
Oh yeah, yeah. The whole team's staying. We're going to be ready for Muhammad or Rochester. They're both excellent coaches. So I was joking with Donnie. You know, if Rochester upsets Muhammad, then I'm sure he has a game plan for us. There is not a doubt in my mind. And we're pretty good friends. So it was, you know,
I told you if you got to the Final Four, you needed to wear an evening dress and high heels at the Final Four. You said you weren't going to. We can get Donnie to wear a tuxedo, though, I think, at the Final Four, can't we?
I think that you probably could, for sure. Well, I told the girls I need to go find a blazer or something nice, you know, maybe for sectional championship or something, but I don't think I have time to shop.
Oh, you don't want to change.
It is what it is.
Don't change.
Don't change anything.
Like, I don't have dress clothes.
Don't change.
I just got T-shirts.
All right, Coach Taylor Rohrer joins us on the post game. Hey, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. This is a great season for these girls and a great win tonight. Great crowd you had here. A lot of support in the community for this girls program right now.
Great community. It was so nice to see people out supporting our girls. I hope that, you know, everybody comes back on Thursday and even more, you know, come out. They're fun to watch on TV. I know I have to watch our film, but they're even more fun in person.
And I just want to comment, I'm looking around, I saw there were people from Williamsville, girls from Chatham, girls from Taylorville.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing. This is what the basketball family is all about. Once one team's out, but they're coming, they're supporting, they're watching. So a lot of people out here to watch the Lincoln Lady Railers.
A lot of alumni came back too, so that was fun to see some old players.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us on the post-game show. We'll let you go get something to drink and get ready to scout this next basketball game.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Taylor Rohrer joining us on the post-game show again. Lincoln, the big victory, 72-57. Coach, for the folks who might be listening on the way home, can you run down the scoring one more time?
Oh, wow. Okay, let's see.
Just run it down for the Lady Railers.
All right, I will. All right, Piper Whiteman finished the game with 2. Tori Garrett, 4. Jenna Bowman, 3. Reese McEwen, 8. Taryn Stoltenberg, 6. Becca Heitzig, 20. And your leading Lady Railer scorer, Chloe Froby, with 29. And more importantly, the final score was your Lady Railers 72 and Decatur MacArthur 57. The most important stat.
Coach is always the postseason is always fun when you win, but when you lose, it is absolutely no fun at all. It is heartbreaking, and these girls seem to be hell-bent on getting to the state tournament. Again, 72-57, the final. Lincoln goes to 24-8. They play Thursday night, 7 p.m. We'll have it right here on the Sports Voice of Central Illinois, WLCN 96.3 FM. That's going to wrap it up here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. We ask that you patronize our sponsor and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer and Lady Railer basketball. For station manager Jim Ash, for studio producer director Winnie Ransdale, for our on-site cameraman, the Professor Lloyd Kirby, for my broadcast partner, the Coach Carrie Frober, who probably blew your ears out at some point during the basketball game.
Hopefully you still have a radio.
Right. Once again, the final score is Lincoln 72, MacArthur 57. Lady Railers are 24-8 and play Thursday night, 7 p.m. for a sectional championship and a berth in the super sectional. From Lincoln, Illinois, this is Jay Harden saying good night and thanks for listening. It's time you send it back to the Classic Rock Experience on the Nighttime Fix 96.